equals high income. I want you guys not to be on a roller coaster of up and down. I want you to be on a roller coaster of like the best ride of your freaking life. When I was an agent, to sell an average of 133 homes a year. In fact, the year I left real estate to be a coach, I sold 154 homes. Everybody scream out loud, yes!
So, you want to start talking to this woman that we're going to bring up because she is incredible.
Okay. All right. I asked to come and just say one little part. I met this woman, I don't know how many years ago, and just every time I run into her, she's incredible, talented, brilliant, a businesswoman, mom, wife, like everything. But like every time I'm around her, I just feel happy, and I feel like I just love her, like we're besties. She's just an incredible multi-million dollar producer. She's been hand-selected by Tony Robbins as one of the top coaches in the country. She has like absolutely crushed so many things, and I just wanted to let her know how amazing she really, really is, and I say that from my heart. You're just amazing. You're like a badass, but then you're just still grounded in giving back all the time, and thank you for that. So
I mean, you're right, Rosie, and the actual stats, because I'm a numbers guy. This next speaker, through her 17 years as a solo agent, she averaged 133 homes sold a year as a solo agent for 17 years. Okay, so this is not someone who's like a coach and a trainer. Who's like, do this thing. Like she did it, she does it. It still is doing it. It's working. Like everything Rosie said, I double down on that. But like she's a badass.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Should we bring her up here?
Yeah, let's share her with all of you guys.
All right. Let's raise up to your feet.
Everybody up.
Let's get a lot of
Everybody
energy
up.
for the one, the only, Krista.
Krista.
Woo! You guys are so cute.
Krista.
Oh. Hi. Okay, that's good. All right, so how we doing today? Yeah, oh, thank you. I was like, Brent, please don't play that video because the last time it made me cry, and I don't want to go up and be sad, so thank goodness it wasn't that sad. So hopefully you guys are going to pull your pocketbooks out and donate to that awesome cause. All right, so my name's Krista. How are you doing, everybody? Yes? Hey, you know something? There's this thing called high energy equals high income. Everybody say it. High energy equals high income. Yeah, you guys must not want to make that much money because that was really weak. High energy equals high income. That is better. That is better. All right. I always forget how bright these lights are. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to position yourself as the go-to authority in your market. And it doesn't matter what the economy is, the interest rates, or the climate. The only thing that matters is what you do. So what's happening for most of us right now is that we are invisible. It's never been so easy to get exposure and to get attention that it's never been harder, all right? So I'm gonna ask you two questions. One, we all have a chiropractor, a dentist, an attorney, an insurance agent. So when I ask you this question, I don't want you to think about the insurance agent or the chiropractor or the dentist that you have. I want you to think if somebody else comes to mind. So when I say insurance agent, does anybody come to mind in your market because they're marketing like a mad person, you know exactly who they are? What about dentist, chiropractor, real estate agent? Okay, that's right. I'm going to show you today how to be that person. And what you have to understand is that there's so much opportunity for you to dominate your market, especially right now, because people are dropping like flies. And all you need to do is you need to learn how to get more exposure, how to get more attention, how to be seen as the go-to authority in your market. Now, the second question is, I want you to think about how many times over the past week you've pulled out $5. That Starbucks, that's like $10. That glass of wine, that's like $15. How many times have you pulled out your pocket to pay $5 for something, or $10 or $15? Well, I'm going to show you for $5 a day how to dominate your market and get hundreds of hours of watch time so that every time somebody hears your name, they know what you do and who you are before they need your services. Make sense? Okay, that is how you dominate your market. So I call it being a community market leader. What that is anytime somebody thinks about real estate, they need to think about, you say, me, meaning you. You say you. They need to think about putting it yourself. Do they? Do they think about you? Do they know your name before they need you? All right. Most of the answer is no. You're invisible. And you might be creating content, but nobody's seeing it. I'm going to show you again for $5 a day. You're going to skip the Starbucks. You're going to skip the wine. And you are going to put that money towards exposure. Because guess what? Attention is currency. You want to make more money? You need more exposure. All right? So that's what we're going to learn how to do. And then I'm going to show you my listing process that I used when I was an agent to sell an average of 133 homes a year. In fact, the year I left real estate to be a coach, I sold 154 homes. So everything that I teach you is practical, and people are using it right now. Thousands of agents across the country are dominating their markets and having the best year of their life because they are the ones that are in control. You're in control of how much money you make. You're in control. You can choose to get exposure. And here's what I need to say, and this is one of the things that people forget, is that things take time, right? You don't just wake up and go, I'm gonna buy my house right now. I'm gonna sell a house today. So what we wanna do is how do we make sure that everybody knows our name, they know what we do, they refer us, they talk about us before they even need us. And that is when you can dominate your market. You can't control referrals, can you? You can do a good job. You can't control referrals. But you can control how many people locally know your name. You don't need to be famous. You don't need a lot of followers. You don't even need to learn heavy equipment. All you need to do is learn how to run a simple Facebook ad, and you need your telephone to record a video. And then you need to take that video and make sure that every single person in your community sees you over and over and over again. What's that saying? Everybody knows your name when you go to Cheers. It's going to be like that for you and your communities, okay? That's the goal. So I call this how to quit being invisible and become irresistible and how to dominate with digital marketing, how to convert digitally, all right? Now, I want you guys not to be on a roller coaster of up and down. I want you to be on a roller coaster of like the best ride of your freaking life. And it's possible. So let me give you a little backstory real quickly. Before I get into this, I want to explain things. I think that sometimes when we see people that we think are successful, we just assume that they've always had it easy, okay? And I'm going to tell you a very short story, and I will tell you that I am going to be talking about one of the most precious people in my life, that is my mother. And sometimes I have trouble talking about it because I have so much love and respect for her. It took me a very long time to talk about this because I felt like I was being disloyal to her. So I asked for her permission to share this a few years back, and she gave it to me. She is one of my best friends. She's the person I call when I need help, and she's the most amazing soul. But when I was growing up, my mother was very physically abusive. And it was very severe enough that the courts took me away from my family. I was 13 years old, and I started running away from home. And I was running away from home for about a year, on and off. And finally, one day, I broke the law, and my parents were so happy because, it was almost like I lived in this house that was like an amazing, loving, happy, religious family. My dad he is the most amazing dad. My mom was the most amazing mom as well, but she was also very physically abusive. And so when I finally broke the law, I got put into juvenile hall for about 3 months. And then, I know I'm a rebel, man, so be careful. I might pickpocket you when you come up to me and give me a hug. You don't even know what's going to happen. I was pretty ghetto, just to let you know. Anyways, I would say you can take the girl out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the girl. That's me right here. But anyways, so I went to juvenile hall, and I'll never forget juvenile hall. There was this big girl. She was like 18 feet tall, and she had red hair, and I watched her take this girl's hair, and she shoved it against her knee, and on the toilet, and teeth and blood was flying everywhere, and I was like, I am going to die in this place, I don't belong in here. So she got sent to isolation, and when she came out, I was like, she is going to be my best friend. And guess what? We became buddies, man. If you ever get incarcerated, be friends with the most badass person there, because they will protect you. And that's what happened with me. Okay, so to make things worse, so then I ended up being after the juvenile hall, I got sent to a group home. Now, this group home is called Hidden Hills Group Home for Girls. Now, there was nothing hidden about it because I got dropped off in this 27-foot bus with, 60 other girls that basically had a big target on my back that said, "You're a loser. Don't talk to them. Chastise them. They're the bad girls." And just to let you know, when you have abuse from a parent, you have a very, very low self-esteem. You don't feel like you're good enough. You don't feel worthy. So I have had to work so hard on talking to myself well and believing in myself. And I've gotten really good at it, actually. But it took a lot of counseling and a lot of time. So from the group home, I went back home, and things still weren't working out. No one in my family knew what was going on except for me and my mom. And I called my probation officer, and I said, "I can't stay here. It's still happening." My dad begged me to stay. I couldn't, and I left, and I spent the remaining years from 13 on in a foster home. So I tell you that my family and I now are like this. I came back, and my mom went to counseling with me and helped me. The demons that she had were so much worse than mine, which caused the cycle, if that makes sense. Thank God I've broken that cycle for the family. Yeah. So I tell you that story because I think that when we see people, we think that things are easy. And whether it's abuse or whether it's a divorce, which I had that too. My husband, 20-something years ago, left me with 2 little girls under the age of like 4.5 and like 2, with no money in the bank. We had just bought in a brand new house, and that was the year that I got into real estate. That was the year that because of my upbringing, we had just bought in a brand new house. I had 0 money in the bank because he drained the accounts, and I had a knock on the door, and it was the new girlfriend driving my car to pick up my daughters for Thanksgiving. And I was sitting there after drinking a bottle of wine on a Thanksgiving because my family was religious. They didn't believe in holidays, so I was by myself. And after a lot of tears and maybe 2 bottles of wine, I was like, I gotta change this. So I made a vow to fill that backyard with butterflies, unicorns, and the most amazing memory, because my why was to keep my daughters safe in that house. And that is what drove me to sell 69 homes my first year in real estate. Yeah. And I just kept going up from there. But I want to tell you, the strategy that I'm going to share with you right now was a strategy that I have been using for over 15 years. And it's called winning before you arrive. The number one thing is, how do I get more exposure? How do I position myself as the go-to authority in my market so that everybody knows my name? And once I get the opportunity to be in front of someone, how do I make sure that no matter what, I land that client? And that's what I'm going to show you today. And you can do it again for what? $5 a day. Everybody say $5 a day. Y'all got $5, okay? And if you don't, I will show you all the ways in which you do. All right, so the biggest problem we're having is you're creating content. If you're not, you need to start. But no one's seeing it. No one's seeing your content. And I know some of you are so freaked out. You're like, Krista, I hear it all the time. Krista, these new agents, they're like all over TikTok shaking their butts. And like, I just can't do that. Like, I can't keep up. I'm afraid of technology. You don't have to shake your butt on TikTok. You can, all you have to do, if you want to, all you have to do is you have to give educational, valuable content, talk about the community, and make sure that people actually see it. Now, I'm doing okay on time, good. When you have a problem, where do you go? When you have a problem and you need the answers, where do you go, everybody? You go online. You research. Sellers and buyers are researching before they even know that they're ready. Do you know that Facebook is known to know that a woman is pregnant before she even does, based upon her actions and what she's searching? Did you know that? Yes. There's an algorithm. And the idea is that the algorithm, when you pay $5 a day, I'd tell you to pay a little bit more, but you can do it, you can start there. It knows how to find people that you're looking for. It knows how to put you right in front of them. Less than 3% of organic traffic is ever even seen. So what do? You pay to play. You pay to play. That's what you do. So I'm going to show you how, okay? All right, I want to get into it because we're doing, all right? So here's the deal. The reason why these younger whippersnappers are winning is because they are in a digital-first world and they understand it. They're not letting things freak them out. Do not overthink it. A phone, easy technology, mass exposure. It's really as simple as that. okay? All you need to do is you need to learn how to differentiate yourself, which I'm going to show you, and how to gain mass exposure so that people know you before they need you and they're willing to refer you. So step number one is attract leads with video. I wish I had more time. I would tell you all the stats about video. And I know you're afraid of what you look like, what you sound like. You're too young, you're too old, you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too new. I live in a big town, I live in a small town. My name is Angela, it won't work for me. No, it works. So number one, okay? Number two, running a $5 a day ad. Okay, something like this. Nervous about selling, right? Now let me ask you a question. $200 got me 109 hours of watch time. Think about it. People pay Google. You know who Google is? You know what Google is. What about Pringles or Yahoo? They have paid $7 million for 30 seconds to be on the Super Bowl when everybody knows who they are because they understand the importance of positioning and marketing. Brand awareness. 109 hours. 28,000 views. Would that help you if you did that regularly? Everybody say yes? Of course it would. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to retarget. You know when you go to buy a purse, ladies, and all of a sudden purses are showing up everywhere, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's purses everywhere. How do they know? That is what retargeting is. But for you, locally, within your community, okay? You keep showing more videos. Now look, the number goes up, 189 hours. Why? Because of retargeting. People start to watch more. You're finding the right people. 203,000 views. And next, you drive them to an authority funnel. Now, let me show you what this is. Anybody want to list luxury? Okay, list luxury. This is the same thing that's in this box, as in this box, just a little different. This one has luxury stuff. And instead of putting it into a folder, like this, I'll put it in a nice, beautiful brochure like this. And then I'll look to see if there's expired luxury, and I'll give them a box. And then inside the box, what do I have? It fell. What do I have? I love this. I need help. Oh, yes. What do I have? I have a marketing plan, and I have a seller guide, and I have my book. This is what you do. This is how you make sure that once you get the appointment, you drop it off before you actually show up, and you show how awesome you are. And guess what? None of your competitors are doing that. And then they say, Krista, you're the only person that did that out of all the people. And I say, guess what, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? My job is to get a 5-star review from you. And if you think this is what I'm going to do before I even list with you, before you even list with me, imagine what's going to happen after. And they say, where do we sign? It's that simple. All right? Now, hey, you're looking for buyers? Same thing. Only difference? Buyer guide, buyer book. What's this QR go to? It goes to a course for buyers, teaching buyers how to step from A to Z, all the way how to buy. What does this one go to on the seller box? It goes to an authority funnel where I do a market update every single month, and I tell them for a specific neighborhood that tells them, where'd my clicker go? That tells them, I'm always losing stuff all the time. Yay, here it is. Okay, I found it. That tells them it's positioning. I'm getting the exposure. I'm making sure that I'm totally over-delivering before I get there. They are binge-watching and consuming information, watching the videos, and guess what? They're watching them, okay? This is an example of the things they can find when they go to the authority funnel. All information about selling, all right? Now, then I drive them to, would you like a market analysis? Guess what? Don't start there, in there. All right? Don't start there, in there. And then I'm going to continue to nurture them. Once they finally opt in, most of you are having them opt in first. You're saying, would you like a lead magnet? Give me your contact information. No, you need to earn the right to ask. How do you earn the right to ask? You educate, you give value. Let me ask you a question. The consumer has changed because of artificial intelligence. Do you like to answer your phone? Do you like to click on a link? Do you ever answer your door? God, I dive when somebody knocks on my door. The consumer has changed. We have to change too. And everything is right at your fingertips. With artificial intelligence, oh my gosh, I could build a funnel in 5 minutes. Used to take me, 15 days. It's so simple now, okay? So now I've got their contact information. Now I'm gonna retarget testimonials from sellers. All right, so number 1, record a video. Run a Facebook ad, okay? Then I'm gonna Put that video, $5 behind the video. Then I'm going to send another video that's for the same thing. So if I'm doing a seller video, I'm going to send another seller video. That's called retargeting. Make sense? All right? Then I'm going to send them to an authority funnel. I want to warm them up. No opt-in required. All right? Then they're going to be allowed to opt in if they so choose. Many times they will never opt in. They will just binge your content and call you. People are teaching a lot of wrong things now because the consumer behavior has changed. This is going to trigger my premier listing system. All right? Then I'm going to launch my launch box, and every single thing that's inside the box is also going to get sent digitally, and then they're going to want to book an appointment with me. Now, this is not hard. It's just different, and it works like crazy. All right? Okay, so $5 a day. Talk about it. So, would 297 hours of watch time help you? Everybody scream out loud, yes! Okay, it would. What about 371 on one video? Now, remember I told you show, not tell? Now what I'm doing is I'm taking that information when I go on a listing appointment, I'm saying, before I even get there, they're watching something, me showing them all of this, how we get hundreds of thousands of views, hundreds of hours of watch time on every single video, and then we back that by data as to why that is important. Do you see how easy it is to position yourself as the authority? Because your competition is not doing that. You're lucky if they're even giving them a phone call to remind them before they even show up. You're winning before you arrive. Okay? All right. 394 hours of watch time. And then a little simple email goes out. This listing brought 128,000 views and 500 hours of watch time to one of our listings. Here's how. All of this is triggered before I even get there. I'm showing, not telling. And guess what my competitors are saying? They're saying, we do open houses, and we have a broker tour. And I say, you don't need any of that. Buyers are online. So step number 1, get attention. Be seen. Get exposure. Exposure, exposure, exposure. Number 2, win before you arrive. Show, not tell. You drop off your system, and you knock the pants off of them. You position yourself as the go-to authority, and you make it impossible for anyone not to know you, and number 2, not to use you. Does this make sense? Do you see how this can be so possible? Please, okay? Please, I hope so. All right. Do you want to go after expireds? Do you want to go after for sale by owners? Do you want to go after luxury expireds? Find out why your home didn't sell. And then inside of it, it's telling them, showing them stuff like this. So number 1, pull the MLS, search expireds. If you want luxury, search luxury. Employ the luxury listing, the traditional. So if you're going on a divorce, you have a divorce box. It doesn't say, it sucks you're getting divorced, but it talks about stuff like that. You get my point. Research shows that the more something speaks directly to you, the more likely you will convert. If I go on a listing appointment and I drive them to a funnel specific to their neighborhood, they're going to assume that I am the authority, even if I've never sold a home before. All right, so now, real quickly, we're done. We're doing so good. Yes, we are there. Yay! All right, so I brought 25 people with me here today, and for those of you that I brought, I have my book, 16, including Jesse. 16 authors in this book are all with EXP, and they are talking to you. This book just came out about 6 months ago about how they are top producing agents, brand new agents, experienced agents, and they're telling you exactly what they are doing in today's market. One of my students goes over my premier listing system in it. It's like gold nuggets. So there's a free audio copy there for you, a free digital copy there for you. Take that, and then those of you who I brought, make sure you come get your book. Anyways, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.